back to the daily grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Man, I jumped on this shit, man, because I read some shit the other day, man. February 8th is going down in Pensacola, Florida. But I read some shit the other day, man. Pretty much was like yesterday, last night, this morning, type shit. But how in the fuck that a nigga can fucking test positive? Just keep testing positive for these steroids and still get an opportunity to come back and fight. To me, it's all forms of cheating, yo. All forms of cheating. But you got fucking Brock Lesnar talking about coming back. You got Brock Lesnar talking about. These are people that's fucking actually been tested positive for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And these guys are coming and going and allowed to just continue to fucking do this. But it's cool with me. Yo, what up, my man? Chillin'. Which is cool with me, bro. Because I've never tested positive. Can't wait for your fight. Me neither, bruh. But, the thing of it is, I don't understand it. John Jones, motherfucking Brock Lesnar, you know, a few other guys that got popped for that fucking PHC, post-steroid enhancement shit. I'm just saying, I never took any steroids, but I can't even get the fucking support of the American people. But yet, 90% of my fans are Russians. And that's crazy. That's crazy. Because I live here in the United States. Come to Canada. Too many felonies, I can't even get past the border, bruh. But yeah, man, it's kind of crazy that, you know what I'm saying, I can pop for steroids and fight, get popped again for steroids and fight. But if you think that I beat a certain amount of women up, I'm a disgrace? Well, goddamn, I've always heard no sin is better than the next. I'm just saying. But hey, man, that's just the way of life. Can't get in the UFC and Bellator is not answering my calls. I don't fucking give a fuck. I continue to fight these fucking little shows and probably go make a home in goddamn Russia. Considering that I can't even get no goddamn respect in the goddamn United States where a nigger is born. I'm just saying. In the game.
Ain't get nothing out these streets but pain. Ain't get nothing out these streets but hard time. Cause these streets ain't never hard.
So yeah, I don't care, man. I don't care that punk ass motherfucking UFC don't want to fucking let me come on in. I don't care that goddamn Bellator don't want to let me come on in. I don't give a fuck no more. What I do care about is motherfucking going to Russia and trying to fight. We support you here, brother, in Florida. Yes, I don't think so. But anyways, I want to go to Russia and fight. Just got an offer to go fight in Russia. But considering that I fucking took this February 8th fight, I'm hurting right now. Because the Russia fight is paying way more money than the February 8th fight. And I don't want to sign this goddamn contract. God damn. I got to start slowing down, man. I got to give me something. Something different. Fight Fedor. Listen, man. That niggas don't come on my motherfucking page talk crazy and shit, man. I gotta go finish painting this goddamn house. It's nice and warm out today. I'm about to go make this happen. Yay. So yeah, man, I gotta go finish painting this house. I just want y'all to know though, man. These niggas that's taking all these fucking different kind of drugs to get ahead, Y'all niggas get ahead. I'm gonna continue to smoke this crack and look at these niggas that's taking all these enhancement drugs to get ahead. If you're gonna frown upon these me smoking crack, then you damn sure need to frown upon these niggas taking these enhancement booties. Rup. So yeah, again. Yeah, man, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, I don't give a fuck about these niggas testing positive for all this dope and still going ready to go back to the UFC and all this motherfucking crazy shit. But then yet me, then fucking done supported the sport, then fucking helped the sport grow, and I can't even get the fucking opportunity. As if, fuck the UFC, nigga. I'm bigger than this motherfucking UFC, bitch.
Yo, full-time family, what the flying flipping flapjacks did we just get into? I cannot wait to interview Felony Charles Bennett, one of the most entertaining fighters out there. He's, I believe, 38 years old now, and he's going to be fighting at Island Fights 46 versus Brock Weaver. But that's the least of our fucking concerns for this video. I mean, but make sure, if you're in Pensacola, Florida, make sure to go show Felony Charles Bennett love. But I mean, you know, this is a global platform. There's some people that aren't even in America, let alone California. And that's one of the things about Felony Charles Bennett. He's fighting at a local show. He can't go overseas, I believe, because he said in some of his videos he's got felonies, so now he can't go overseas, where a majority of his fan base lies. Felony Charles Bennett, a majority of his fan base, he's got a lot of Russian fans, he's got a lot of fans over in China and stuff like that, you know, where he fought Kimura and stuff. So he's got a lot of overseas fans, but he can't go fight in front of those fans because he's got felonies now. So he's in Pensacola, Florida, and he'll be fighting Brock Weaver. And so anybody in that, you know, vicinity should definitely go show love to Felony Charles Bennett. But another way anybody could show love to Felony Charles Bennett, who definitely fucking deserves it. I mean, he's a very famous, entertaining fighter, but he just, you know, he got the bad breaks or started smoking, you know. In the end of that video, bro, I did not even notice. The nigga said he was smoking crack, but there ain't nothing to, and this is just me personally. I understand some people say no to drugs, all of that, but I could name fucking 7 people off the top of my head in my family that just have smoked crack or still do, and a lot of them have upgraded to that ice cream, and that ice cream will steal your soul, or should I say downgraded. Either way, man, Felony Charles Bennett, man, doing this thug thizzle. There's a lot of people that do stuff behind the scenes, whether, you know, he can probably take, you know, people are probably gonna give him shit for it, like, oh, that's why you're doing bad, because you do this drug or whatever, and that's not always the case, and especially and I understand a majority of people that is the case, but all I'm saying is Felony Charles Bennett, he's at a point in his career, he's like a Diaz brother who didn't hit the lottery, you know what I'm saying, or a non-successful Diaz brother. But as far as the drugs are concerned, the one thing I just want to touch on that for a quick second. There's, I mean, and I'm not gonna put people on blast, but there's politicians, there's just a lot of famous people, whether it's crack, whether it's cocaine, whatever your drug of choice is, there's a lot of people that do that shit. And famous people, you know, if you've got the money for it, do your fucking thing. I'm not a person that's gonna judge you for doing whatever the fuck. That's not me. But what I'm saying is, Felony Charles Bennett is a dude that has literally helped build the sport of MMA. Not just, he didn't just, you know, it's not just one organization. Felony Charles Bennett does not get a lot of credit for a lot of the shit he's did. He's one of the first people you ever saw backflipping off the cage. One of the most entertaining fighters. He's been in the sport for 20 years. Over 70 professional fights, still going at it. This dude, I think, fought 6 times last year and might have lost all 6 of them joints. But before that, he got like a 7-second knockout over Kimura. But the thing about Felony Charles Bennett is he just literally fights anyone, anywhere, any place, kind of like Donald Cowboy Cerrone, and he's not going to have a management team to stop him at 4 losses or 5 losses. He's going to take the fight because he needs the check. And you know, Felony Charles Bennett, so yeah, he's got some of the bad breaks, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, so, I don't judge him for anything he said in the video. He's got some crazy-ass opinions, but I got a question for you guys. How do you guys would you guys personally, full-time family, be interested in like maybe a weekly, maybe a monthly like call with Felony Charles Bennett. I think that would be dope. I think it would be super dope if we could do like a Joey Diaz, Lee Syatt type podcast like twice a week. But that, you know, for one, we're in different states, which is probably a good thing. But for two, it seems like it might be hard to schedule with the scheduling with Felony Charles Bennett unless he like got to know us some more. But as of right now, that was my original thoughts, and I hadn't seen anything, this video, anything about the crack smoke, but that didn't change anything for me. I still think that would be super dope. And one other thing I want to say about Felony Charles Bennett is right now he's fighting in like island fights, and you see him on his YouTube channel. But by the way, I'm gonna shout all of that out, his social media, his YouTube. You see him on his YouTube channel really promoting this fight, February 8th, Island Fights 46, because he needs people to show up. He needs that check, you know what I'm saying? But Felony Charles Bennett is somebody who's just off of his name alone in MMA, and it's not because of how much work he put in. This is a guy that not only put in work, but he built a brand and a name, which he kind of got away from his brand with his old name, and he doesn't even want to speak of his old name for some reason. But now he's Felony Charles Bennett, and the name Charles Bennett still rings a bell. What I'm saying is, if this guy had a social media, I don't know if he knows how to operate it or whatnot. He's got an Instagram with about 20,000 followers, but with the right type of promoting, whether it's just somebody like, I don't want to say like me, but we'll use the Joey Diaz, Lee Syatt thing. If Felony Charles Bennett had a Lee Syatt, someone that knew how to hook him up with a podcast and get his social media going and do the YouTube stuff for him, he could have a legitimate check coming in every month where he wouldn't have to fucking fight 6 times in 2018 and get knocked out in 3 fights. And then, you know, what's he going to do when he's 39, when he's 40, when he's 42? How long is that going to last? So what Felony Charles Bennett, I think he's easily could do is build a social media following and boom, just get a check. I don't even care. I don't want to be a part of it. I would like to be a part of like the Charles Felony Bennett podcast or something like that. That'd be super dope. But I'm just saying, I'm trying, whenever I talk to Felony Charles Bennett, that's my goal. I've been like talking to his management team, bro. When I talk to Sean O'Malley, I straight Sean O'Malley, boom, we got it done. I hit up Felony Bennett. Somebody hit me up on his management saying, oh, this is his management team. They called me a nigga lover. I'm like, what the fuck? It kind of seems like it might be Charles Felony Bennett pretending to be his own manager, but I really don't know if it is his man. If it's somebody else handling his shit, they probably should. I don't know. I'm not gonna say nothing, but all I'm saying is, hopefully this shit all goes as planned. It's been really interesting trying to get this thing scheduled. We wanted to do it on the night of the fight, so we're doing it on the 14th. Couple hours before the fights. Hopefully everything goes as planned because, as I said, I've got to work the fight. So with that being said, it is what it is. One thing I do want your input from before I get out of here is, do you think that's a good idea? Would you guys like to hear like Felony Charles Bennett's, you know, like once a week or twice a week, just what's going on in MMA? His opinion on that shit might be crazy, but that shit's gonna be entertaining as fuck. He's gonna make some good points. He's gonna drop some names. He's gonna do his thug thizzle, and he's a voice that actually matters in the MMA world. He's helped build the sport. He saw a lot of things. He's been around from a lot of 20 years in the sport, over 70 professional fights. Felony Charles Bennett. So with that being said, it is what it is. Make sure you guys do me one favor, and you don't have to, but I'm just plugging this shit. Felony32 on Instagram, Felony32 on Twitter. Make sure you hit him up, or mainly what I would really like you guys to do is go to his YouTube channel, Felony Charles Bennett on YouTube, and maybe just hit him up in the comment, let him know the Full-Time Family is in full effect and we're waiting on that interview on the 14th. Fuck you, Tab Matt, and you know what I'm saying, put in the good word for your boy, because I'm sure he reads his YouTube comments and shit like that. So Felony Charles Bennett on YouTube, hit subscribe while you're over there if you don't mind. It is what it is. Let the Full-Time Family know what the fuck you, Tab Matt, in the comments. And man, I had a dope ass line I wanted to drop. Crack smoking, gun toting, Felony Charles Bennett. And when I say gun toting, I mean guns like this, not guns like this. Alright, I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.